This playthrough is rated M for mature.
Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Jade Empire. In the last episode, we continued exploring the necropolis and found most of everything. We gave a liver from a mad king to a man to save his daughter. Hope she'll be fine. I mean, there were some issues, but it's cool. We've got this. It'll be fine. And then we beat some crazy pyrotechnics lady with quite some ease. What was she protecting anyway? Let's go inside real quick. And we continue to explore the tombs of the necropolis and see what else we can find. Huh. Nothing here except spirit fonts. That seems woefully underutilized, if you know what I mean. Yeah, unfortunately there's not much more in here from what I recall. And yeah, it looks like there's a secret door there, but yeah, can't do anything with it. Well, like I said, kind of a disappointment, but what can you do? Alright, let's get out of here. And we still have to read that little scholar stand there really quick. Oh yeah, we have to go back into town at some point and go get a reward from the captain. Alright, let's read this. The Nature of the Spirit, Volume 4. It is said in the journals of the lost monks of the Jinzi sect that there are spirits of every desire. By summoning that desire within themselves, men can commune with the spirit, summoning it to them. I can't imagine what kind of spirit must have been summoned in the dank of that mine. Darkness on all sides, only the slight flickering of that lamp. A great unknowable fear welled up within me. Those ancient monks knew too much, I think. They communed with their own dark desires too often. In that place, I too faced my fears. The circumstance and research that led me to that point scarcely prepared me for what I had faced. The Dweller in the Depths spoke to me, although we've already read Volume 5 to know how it ends. And I wonder if this is where they got the idea for the demons of Dragon's Age, Desire demons, Rage demons, and stuff like that. I wonder if that's where they got the idea from. It's hard to say. Anyway, let me put back on a different gem. And then let's deal with that lady crying about her baby outside. God, quit crying about your dead child. Oh, man. Just take care of it.
Bring me my baby! My baby, please, where is he? Where has Shen taken him?
Yeah, it doesn't matter about that, lady. What should it do with your baby? Shen did something with him. Doesn't matter. Shen has paid me to put you to rest, spirit.
You're from Shen? Where is he? What has he done with my baby? Give him to me and I'll tear the answer out of him.
Yeah, I'm putting you down now.
Never!
Yeah, we get in here in a second, we're gonna... yeah, sorry, lady, I don't care about your baby. I'm getting paid for this, so, you know, and I was paid to do a job. And we get closed fist points for not even considering her wills to disperse her in a more calm manner. You have slain Miss Chan, and her spirit no longer roams the necropolis. Surely Shen will give you a reward for ridding him of this problem. But basically, the good way to do it is to listen to her, and you find out Shen took her child or hid it or something like that while trying to search for treasure. Or, no, he didn't take it purposely. What he did is the bones of the child got mixed up when he was, trying to look for something. So it wasn't clearly obvious evil. Well, I mean, depending how you feel about disturbing the dead. But either way, he accidentally moved the bones around, and you had to figure out which gravestone had the actual child inside of him, and then you tell Miss Chen, and then that gets her to leave, and then you get open palm for that. So, but obviously I did the closed fist version of that. All right, dude, another spirit to disperse. Just call me Ghostbuster.
You, what do you want? Have you come to torture me more? Have you come to see me suffer here unavenged? No one cries for merchant buy.
Unavenged, whatever. You are Merchant Ben. Why are you causing the trouble here? I've been paid by Shen to put you down.
You seek to destroy me as well? You're no different from them. But I can fight you and kill you, and I will.
Yeah, you're actually pretty easy, so I'm gonna go ahead and just finish you off like right now. Do 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 do. Do I beat you? Haha, he ho. And yeah, we get closed fist palm for not even listening to the dude and trying to fix his problems by just dispersing him. Despite dispersing him, he'll eventually come back anyway. I forgot what his good quest is. I think you have to find something in the You either have to avenge his death or something like that, but I forgot. But I'm not doing open palm solutions to these, so I'm not even considering it. Alright, we have to do one. Oh, here we go. And then the final ghost.
I'll have her
Ren Ming.
head!
He sounds mad. Let's talk to the man.
That cheating, lying sow, sullying the Ren name and dragging it in the dirt like this, putting me in the dirt. Ren Fang, if I ever get my claws on you, I'll leave you a stinking, bloated corpse.
Wow, it seems like this guy's having some major marital disputes even after death. No, sorry to hear that, man. I haven't been cheated on in my real life, but I know it's a hurtful thing. Shouldn't pay me putting it down, and I think I'll enjoy it. You know what? This man seems mad. Quite mad indeed. Perhaps we should actually listen to this one. I know, right? Why would I put down everyone else, but not, but listen to the clearly the pissed off one? Who are you talking about?
The whore of a wife who left me to die, who killed me, poisoned me in my own house. When I find her...
Wow, she poisoned you? Man, that's actually pretty low, dude. Even I wouldn't do such a thing. I'd rather take him out with my fists there. Should learn. Won't do any fighting. I'm in your existence right now. You're dead. You can't do anything now. You should learn to let the past go.
How can I let the past go when my very reason for existing in this world still is her? She was everything to me in life, and is so in death as well.
Oh, I can feel for you. The character of this game hasn't yet hit that love spot yet, but he wants to. He feels your pain, and then he looks over at a character far, far away at the headquarters. Tell me what happened. You're too much of a fool to accept your fate. Tell me what happened. I can find your wife for you.
Find her. Bring her to me. Let me kill her and draw the last agonizing breaths from her body, and you will have my eternal gratitude. Most likely, she's still at our old home. It's in the market district near the entrance to the Black Leopard School. Find her and bring her to me.
Let's see. You have banished the... Oh, yeah, I haven't read these others yet. You have banished the spirit of Merchant Bai. Return to Shen and tell him about this so he can reward you for getting rid of his problem. Return to Shen and tell him you've been banished. And then a vengeful ghost. The spirit of Master Ren cannot rest as long as he has sworn vengeance against his wife, Ren Fang, who poisoned and killed him. He says that she lives in the merchant district near the entrance of the Black Leopard School. Vengeance served cold. Bring peace to Mr. Ren. All right, we can do that. We feel for you, Mr. Ren. We're gonna do what you told, except maybe in a slightly different manner. Come, we must. What? Come on, game. Apparently the game didn't even set me straight into the combat. It just. Well, I mean, it did, but you know what I mean. Like the character model didn't even notice that it was time to go into battle or something like that. All right. Anyway. Yeah, we've got to leave the necropolis to solve this one. So, yeah, we just have to go back to the go back in front of the Black Leopard School and talk to that lady who poisoned her husband. How dare she do such a thing? It's time for us to show up some vigilante justice. We shall avenge this vengeful ghost of that mean woman who did such a thing. How dare he? How dare she? But yeah, it means we have to leave. But I mean, technically I could come back and do it later, but best to get the ghost stuff out of the way now, and then come back then come back for the story plot later. Besides, it doesn't take too long anyway. The only longest part about this is the load screens, which I guess technically I could probably cut out of the game and just go back, because I'm just going back to the entrance.
This will be a great tragedy.
Did I talk to this guy before? No, I haven't. Well, I mean, might as well. Hello.
Oh, hello. I'm sorry, I was just muttering to myself. I'm in some trouble and... Wait! You could help me! You're clearly not from around the Imperial City, and I need someone's help most desperately. Someone unaffected by the politics of this place.
Dude, you can't not be away from politics in any country, it seems like these days, even as best as you want to. You say one thing and everyone's like, oh, political, and you're like, oh, man. Do to help. My help depends on my incentive. Stay away, smudged one. I do not have time to talk to you. My help depends on my incentive.
Well, of course. I could, I suppose I could write you in as a character in one of my plays. Imagine fame and, well, immortality on the stage.
Yeah, you don't know how this works, dude. I don't care about that stuff. Yeah, I was looking for something more material. Why don't you just tell me what the problem is? A writer, there's no way you can afford my assistance. Stand aside. I was looking for something more material.
Oh, silver, is it? That's simple. I know we writers are supposed to be... poor is the best word, but I never saw the point. Can't afford ink as a poor man, you see? I would most certainly pay for your time.
Now we're talking. Why don't you just tell me what the problem is?
Well, you see, there's been a mix-up. No, an error. Oh, who am I kidding? Some bastard has changed my play! I am Incisive Chorus, the playwright. I'm sure you've heard of me. And if not, you have... now, I suppose. One of my productions has been touring the countryside and catching people's attention. We were asked to bring it into the city and perform here in the Golden Way.
That sounds delightful. Yay. Sounds positive so far. What's the problem? What could I do to possibly help with a play?
The play must go on, but not as they want it. The play's been changed, you see. One very key piece of the play has been rewritten.
So, what's the big deal? You worry they're corrupting your art, are we? Why worry about a few rewrites? Doesn't that happen all the time?
No, no, no! Well, yes, but not like this. They've changed it from a commentary of man's inhumanity to man to a satire of the Empire. I tell you truthfully that they've lost the whole point of the piece.
You'd think it'd be the other way around, that they would change it so it wouldn't satire the Empire. So apparently someone above you has a has a plan or has something in mind. You're right, that is terrible. Not to mention that certain factions frown on satire of the Empire. This is the most ridiculous problem I've ever heard. Why should I care?
I will gladly offer you the going rate for a leading man, just for a walk-on part. I need you to take a role in the play and read the role the, original way. You have a most regal bearing, so I'd expect you'd have no major problems at any rate acting the role of Lady 14 Flowers. If you talk to first-degree thespian Fong up by the pagoda, tell him you're the replacement actor. He'll be desperate, so all you'll have to do is read the proper lines.
Wait, I'm playing 14 Flowers? What are we in Shakespearean times where the men play all the roles, men and women? Why not? You want me to play Lady 14 Flowers? I don't think I look very good as a lady. I don't even think I dress up very well. I'm not really into that type of stuff. Sounds interesting, I'll do it. Find someone else to be your pet, they have no intention of helping you. Find it interesting, I'll do it. I'm no actor, they won't believe me. You want me to play Lady 14 Flowers?
Of course, all the roles are played by men, or at least women with the decency to pose as men playing women. It can get complex sorting it all out.
That seems unnecessarily complex. Just what women play women and men play men. Or was it, we fight like men, and we fight like women, and we fight like women who dress like men? Gilgamesh. Final Fantasy V. I'm no actor, they wouldn't believe me. Sounds interesting, I'll do it. I'm no actor, they wouldn't believe me.
Oh, they will. It's a role practically suited to one of your stature. It'll come to you as easily as pleasant scents on a spring wind.
I've never heard of it said like that before, but okay. Sounds interesting, I'll do it.
Here's a copy of the original script for your scene. Pivotal, I assure you. This copy reads properly, not like that edited pile of dung. Hurry over to the large pagoda overlooking the Golden Way and tell Fong that you're the replacement. They won't wait forever, so step quickly to it. Remember, you'll have to memorize your lines. No script on stage, of course. Also, make sure you read from this script. Now, good. No, you're about to perform, so I shan't jinx it. Get to it.
It's how they say don't break a leg because it might jinx you. We received the Incisive Chorus's original script. So if you want the best outcome and open palm points, you want to read his script. But we'll get to that when we get to that. We're still gonna find Mr. Wren's wife. Back to the marketplace. But yeah, that's that place where I said what were you supposed to do here? Yeah, you're supposed to get that quest here. I forgot if you have to go into the place and then come back, or go in the necropolis and go out to activate him. I don't remember how exactly he pops in, but he might. I guess it doesn't really matter. We activate him either way. But I think you have to basically leave the area at some point and come back, and maybe even check the the little area there to see like what the point of it is. But anyway, we could give our acting chops a shot, I guess. But I don't know. We're more of a kung fu fighter than an actor. All right, let's go find Renfang or whatever her name is, and get revenge for that poor man who got murdered by her. He seemed like such a jolly fellow. Oh, it's the crazy dude.
I must thank you for what you have done for my daughter. She has recovered in a way. She has changed since the operation. As if she was a completely different person, and this person frightens me sometimes. I've seen her do things my daughter would never do. But she is still my daughter. Sometimes I see the pain behind her eyes before those other eyes come to replace them. Then I think that someday those new eyes will turn on me. Ah, my dear, I was just saying, I thank you for what you have done for us, and we must be going now. I apologize for everything.
Ah, and another one begins.
I wonder what do you mean by that, Yajin, or whatever? That's probably the best character to have there. I don't know what everyone else says, but it makes sense to have him there if you do the well, too bad you don't really get closed fist points for that, though. It's kind of weird because, yeah, if you don't purify the liver with your key, or don't convince the guy to give his liver willingly, then she ends up becoming possessed by him or something like him, and well, sucks for that.
Don't worry, Sung Tao. I'm doing everything I can to prove you're innocent.
Innocent? What? Huh. Let's see, we got that.
Don't worry, Sung Tao. I'm doing everything.
Where is she? Oh, there she is. Okay. All right, lady. Time to pay the piper for your crimes.
Yes. Is there something I can do for you?
I have no time for courtesy. Are you Renfang?
Yes. Yes, I am. How do you know my name? Have we met?
Tell me how your husband died. There's a problem with your husband's spirit. Your husband wants me to kill you.
My husband? My husband is dead. He has visited you and asked you to kill me?
Yes, he came to me as 3 spirits. I mean 1 spirit. Yeah. I talked to him in his grave. Tell me how your spirit died. Yes, and I'll do it now.
No!
It's funny how we do our charge attack on her in the middle of everywhere and take her out. I don't know if this gives you the best reward or the most points, but anyway, yeah, you could take her back. And there is a chance that if you take her back, she can possibly convince the husband to, basically, the good way to do it is basically you find out it was like an accident and that he needs to turn off his anger, and then he leaves dispersed. Obviously, the worst way to do it is either let her kill her or you do it yourself. So, yeah. Okay, Vengeful Ghost. You've killed Renfang. The woman Mr. Ren says poisoned and murdered him. With this news, his spirit should be able to live life peaceful once more. Return to Master Ren with the news of his wife's death.
Doing this, Sung Tao?
But I don't know if that's the best reward, but that's one of the more, I wouldn't say funny, but entertaining way. So, anyway, that looks like a quest line's popped up here. Let's talk to this man.
Good day, sir. Are you the new investigator I sent for? No, I can tell from your attire that you're not from the ministry. Oh, this is terrible. Everyone I send for disappears. There are powers at work here that are beyond my means to control.
Oh, I think this is the place the investigator told me to. Maybe? Anyway. Who are you? What are you talking about? I don't have time for your problems. Who are you?
I am Prefect Jitang. It is my duty to ensure that convicted criminals in the city are sentenced appropriately. But there are complications with my current trial. I have in my custody a suspected slave trader, Chandler Ling. But one of the high-ranking ministers is trying to get him released, and he wants me to convict another man. The man they want to accuse, Scholar Sun Tao, is a friend of mine, and I'm certain of his innocence. I need you to find proof so I can present it to the Minister of Justice.
I'll do it. I can see a man, innocent man accused. Don't care about that. Alright, where should I start? Find someone else to solve your problems. Actually, I don't think I want help. Find someone else to solve your problems.
I see. Well, there really isn't anyone else. If you change your mind, please come and see me.
Fine. Actually, you could skip it if you really want to, but...
Oh, it's you again. Have you reconsidered helping me prove Song Tao's innocence?
Remind me again what the problem is.
I have in my custody a
Okay, we already know that. Alright, where should I start?
So, you'll help me? That's wonderful. All I need really is proof. Proof that Ling is indeed involved with the slave traders. If I can't prove Ling's guilt, I'll be forced to sentence Song Tao to death. But every time I ask someone to discover the truth, they disappear or turn up dead. Our best lead is Zibao, the last person known to have spoken with Ling before his arrest. But Bao knows me and my men. He won't talk to us.
So send in a third-party dude who isn't recognized. I see where you're going with this. Alright. I want to know more about Scholar Song Tao.
I've known Scholar Song Tao for several years. His uncle and my father were good friends. I only wish I knew why the governor wants him accused of this crime. If you want to know more about Song Tao, you should speak with him yourself.
Maybe I will. Perhaps he's an evil man and they just want him taken out. We'll find out. Perhaps there's corruption involved. Their politics doesn't have corruption in it. Silly me. Tell me about Chandler Ling.
Chandler Ling is a well-respected businessman and merchant here in the city. Until recently, I had no reason to suspect him of any wrongdoing. When I investigated Ling's shop, I found a valuable knife that I had purposely entrusted to one of my men, a man who has since disappeared. Chandler Ling had a knife belonging to a man whose body couldn't be found. That was all the evidence I required.
Don't you need quite a few pieces of evidence just to verify? Like 3 or 4 or something like that? I've forgotten how actual cases, how that actually works, but you need to gather as much as you can, obviously, for during the trial. But what is Ji Bao's connection to Chandler Ling?
I have no idea. The two men were seen together before we arrested Ling, but I have no other information about Zibao. He spends most of his time in the heart of the Empire Tavern, and he doesn't seem to have dealings with anyone else besides Chandler Ling. I know if I went to speak with him, I would get nowhere. But you could speak to him without raising suspicion.
Maybe. Tell me about the slave traders.
I wish there was something concrete I could tell you. They're like a whisper on the wind or a shifting shadow. You think you see something, and then there's nothing. Whoever is behind the slavers must have a great deal of power. To remain that invisible is a hard thing to do.
Perhaps he's got greater invisibility, huh? Haven't you ever played D&D? Anyway.
Chandler Ling.
Okay, I accidentally clicked the wrong answer. Whoops. Okay. Well, I'll go find Ji Bao then, or Ji Bao, or however you pronounce it.
Good. Look for him in the heart of the Empire Tavern. It's upstairs at the Imperial Arena. Don't scare him away. If we lose him, we lose our last connection to Ling.
Alright, I'll do that when I actually go to the tavern for that one, for the martial arts guy, so I can, or the martial, the guy, the Lotus Assassin who deals with martial arts stuff. I'll do that all together, so. Alright, Chandler Ling, what are you doing here?
I don't know why you're wasting your time. I'm obviously innocent, and yet you still want to risk yourself needlessly.
Oh, you sound perfectly clean to me. We should just let you leave and blame that Santao dude. Why are you so sure I'll be at risk?
I'm no fool. Those men haven't returned, and I can assure you it isn't because they've decided to take a holiday. Chasing after criminals is dangerous work. Obviously, there are risks involved. Why would you risk yourself when even the local minister seems content with the scholar's arrest?
Perhaps he's a wussy? Tell me about yourself, Chandler Ling.
What's to tell? I'm a merchant and quite a good one. My clients are usually very happy with my goods. You likely haven't heard of me simply because I have a very elite clientele. The average person on the street cannot afford the items I sell. Other than my occupation, I suspect we are very much the same, you and I. Though I happen to be a little more restricted than you at the moment.
Because of those chains? Because you can't break those chains of love. Why were you arrested? What were you doing?
Doing? I wasn't doing anything more than I usually do in a day's work. I was selling my wares to a few of my preferred clients. Prefect Jitong was one of them. The next thing I know, guards confiscate my goods and tell me I'm suspected of slave trading. It was likely the most ludicrous thing I've ever been told. Of course, the prefect claims that some of my items belong to his missing men, but that doesn't mean I took the items from their lifeless bodies.
But, you know, possession is 9/10 of the crime or whatever. But anyway, I don't know if you guys noticed during that conversation as I was like tweaking upward. And no, it wasn't a lazy eye. And hey, baby. No, and apparently that lazy eye thing stayed around for the BioWare engine for quite a while, because I think Mass Effect 1 was the last time we see the lazy eye appear in there, and not be an actual character trait, but just like an accident of the rigging or whatever it is. How do you acquire those items belonging to Jitong's men?
In a given day, I meet with several buyers and probably twice as many sellers. There are always more sellers than buyers. My job is to determine whether something is worth buying, not whether the seller is worth buying from. If I see a bargain, I don't care who the seller is. Suffice to say, those items could be from any number of sellers. I don't recall who sold them to me, but that certainly doesn't make me guilty of slave trading.
Doesn't ignorance of that or whatever not count when it comes to the law? Like, I don't know. I may be thinking of something else then. I think I already asked about that. What do you know about the scholar Song Tao?
I can honestly say I had never met or heard of the man until he was arrested. He's obviously not wealthy enough to be one of my clients. Apparently, he spends a good deal of time with the poorer folk in the city. No doubt that's why he is under suspicion. Doesn't strike you as a bit odd? A scholar with all the benefits that position entails, choosing to spend time with the poor people. It does seem a little suspicious.
I mean, not really. I mean, if you're a person who helps the poor or a priest or something like that, makes sense. I guess if you're a rich man doing that. Well, actually, no, I guess that wouldn't. Well, I don't know. Anyway. What can you tell me about the slave traders?
No more than you've heard for yourself, I'm sure. They are a myth, a rumor, really. Nobody has ever seen them, and nobody has any proof they exist. And yet, there is still a belief that they exist. Madmen terrorizing the poor and abducting the helpless. It all seems very superstitious. Abducting a person isn't like picking someone's pocket, you know. There would be evidence, signs of a struggle. But people will believe what they want to.
I mean, people can clean up after themselves, and you know, some places in the world or buildings or towns, there's just some hidden places that even the law won't go to. So it's not that out of the question that something like that would happen. I mean, the flesh trade and slave trade is still a thing to this day, and people haven't been able to get rid of it completely. But I guess I see your point. But anyway, I guess I'm done with you now. I'll consider my options, maybe talk to Santao and go from there.
Of course. Do what you need to. If you discover anything, it will only prove my innocence further. Good luck.
Oh, you seem quite content that your innocence will be proved, good sir. What does the journal say? Slave traders. Perfect Jitong has 2 men in custody, but he believes that only one is associated with the mysterious slave traders. The prefect thinks Bao might have something to do with the traders. You can find him in the heart of the Empire Tavern. Speak with Bao. The suspected slave trader. He's drinking the heart of the Emperor Tavern. We'll do that later. A playwright has approached you, hoping that you can help him preserve the integrity of his play. You agree to take on a small but pivotal role in the performance. The play is the thing. Find an actor in the Golden Way. An actor named Fong, in the rich area of town, seeks a replacement actor. He should be near the large pagoda that overlooks the district. So, it looks like we have a few more quests and things to do before we're done here. We've got to go back to the necropolis, deal with the rest of the ghosts and get paid for our work, become an actor, and become a detective. Well, not all of them, but something will happen like that next time in the next episode of Jade Empire. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.